to Brewing Success, where growth is the mission, change is the reward, and progress is the goal. I am your host, Andrea Gebhardt. I'm a former educator turned passionate entrepreneur whose desire to create impact has never wavered. I've spent the last decade teaching, mentoring, and coaching people on how to create success in their lives and businesses with proven strategies and systems that not only bring about change, but big results. When it comes down to it, teaching is my specialty, leadership is my jam, and inspiring you to live a bigger, fuller life is what I'm all about. This podcast will give you the knowledge and tools you need to brew success in almost any area of your life. You're going to walk away each week feeling inspired, motivated, and ready to step outside your comfort zone and into the next level of who you're meant to be. Now let's get into today's episode. Is it just me, or does anybody else find themselves starting to dance with that intro? Isn't it so funny how something as simple as music can completely change our energy levels? Today, we're going to talk about energy and why you need to not only develop an acute awareness of your own energy, but also learn how to harness it for the greater good of your purpose and your vision for life. Have you ever walked into a room or maybe even an event and met someone and thought, wow, they have great energy? You walk away, you're a bit energized and uplifted, inspired perhaps. It was both attractive and contagious, and you carried that energy right along with you into the next moment. It felt great, right? Have you ever wondered why that is? Why we have a keen sense of people's energy, how we are attracted by some energies and repelled by others? And just like we notice good energy, we also pick up on negative or bad energy. We all know that one person who walks into the room with a dark cloud and the doomsday story to share. We've all left a conversation feeling drained and depleted because the one person on the other end's energy was soul-sucking. We are even aware of those people whose energy is so negative, we avoid them altogether because we don't want to get caught up in their wrath. It's literally why I walked away from my daughter when she would have a meltdown as a toddler. Her energy was just in such a place that I did not even want to go there. I'd be backing up slowly, creeping around the corner, curling into a ball, and waiting for the tornado of Paisley to be over. Energy absolutely matters, and it plays a direct role in how far you go or how far you don't go. Energy really is your greatest personal commodity. The unique thing about energy is that we can control it, we can grow it, and we can transfer it. It fuels so many aspects of who you are and what you do. And just like we tell people, you're the company that you keep. In fact, I just had this conversation with the kids the other day. We were talking about friends and friend groups and friend circles, and the girls were mentioning some girls who maybe weren't the right kind of people to hang out with because they gossiped and spoke poorly about some of the other girls. And I said, well, you are the company that you keep, which means that you will eventually become the people you hang out with, which means by association, you're guilty because if those girls are known as the gossipers, then you're going to get thrown right into the mix too. And here's a concept I want you to grab a hold of. You are also the energy that you keep. And that's why we're talking about this today and the incredibly important role that it plays, because your energy introduces you before you even say your name, talk about what you do, what you've accomplished, where you work. Your energy introduces you. The way you walk, the way you stand, the way you carry yourself, all of that is there before you. So if your energy is the first thing that people get to know, you really want to be aware of that, and you constantly want to have it in check because, again, your energy matters. Your energy is either going to bring people in or it's going to push people away. And I'm of the mind that I always want my energy to bring people in. I always want my energy to give back in a positive way. So I'm very mindful of this, but let me just also tell you, I've not always been very mindful of this. We're talking about over 10 years of consistent personal growth and development to understand the role that energy plays, as well as the importance of using your energy for good. And so I'm excited because we are going to jump into some simple but true facts about energy today. So fact number 1, you get to choose the energy you carry in each moment, each environment, and each day. Your life will be the sum of the energy you give to it. So choose wisely. Now, when you think about you get to choose your energy, that might be a new thought for a lot of people because a lot of us aren't even aware that we have that choice. We just get out of bed and we don't roll into our day. We allow our day to roll into us, meaning you forgot to put the dumpster out, energy changes. You're running late, energy changes. The kids miss the bus, energy changes. You show up to work late, energy changes. Your technology isn't working, so you can't get into the Zoom. Your energy changes. And we allow life to roll us that way, when in reality, we have the ability to roll into every moment with the energy level of our choosing. So you get to take a moment and decide, what is my energy going to look like today? What is my energy going to sound like today? What is my energy going to feel like to those who are around me? And I love this idea of kind of like planning your energy, right? There's those funny memes and we see funny things on social media. It's today's mood. And it's something hilarious that we can all relate to because we all have our moments. But what if you chose today's energy with as much thought and consideration as you chose your outfit for the day, as you chose who and where you were going to spend your time that day, as you chose, if you're like me, I've been working from home for the last almost 2 years, which sweatpants you're going to, there's some consideration. Am I going to be sitting a lot? I need the kind with some give. Am I going to be doing a lot? I need the kind that are, really soft. Am I going to be outside? I need the kind that are really cozy, right? If we just apply the same level of thought and energy and pre-planning into our energy for the day, as we do our schedule and as we do our meals and as we do everything else, something as simple as our outfit, think about the power you could absolutely have over your life. And when I talk about choosing your energy that you carry in each moment, you get to, again, decide what that looks like and when and if. Like, let's talk about the fact that life is real and things happen. When and if your energy of choice gets disrupted, think about it. If you are running around your house or you're out somewhere and something happens to what you're wearing, you spill something on it, you rip something, tear a hole in something. I will never forget being in college in front of all of my roommates, my freshman year. And, I really enjoyed the food commons, like the dining area. I thought it was neat that it was open till midnight and thought it was really cool that I could put nacho cheese on French fries every day of the week and my mom wasn't going to say anything about it. And so that eventually caught up with me. And so here I am. We're getting into the car and we're heading somewhere. And I go to sit down and it's like the loudest sound you'll ever hear in your life. It was like whack. And instantly I knew I had just ripped my pants. And it brought me all the way back to the one SpongeBob episode. I ripped my pants and I had a moment to decide, am I going to let this embarrassing, although hilarious moment capture my energy, hold it prisoner, and send me off for the rest of the day with my roommates and my friends in a stinky mood? Or am I going to just go run back inside my dorm, change my pants really quick, and get about my day? See, you can take that same approach with your energy. Just change it. Intervene with yourself in that moment and change your energy just like you would change your pants or your shirt or whatever happened. Fact number 2, people carry the energy you give them. Yes, energy is contagious, and no, wearing a mask won't protect you. Here's the deal. If people carry the energy you give them, then you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to make sure that your energy is life-giving, not life-taking. The simple act of positive energy transfer can be transforming for someone. Your energy should always elevate. It should never decimate. And I really want you to think about that because this is a big one. If energy is contagious and I have the ability to choose whether I'm going to give someone energy that is that breathes life and excitement and inspiration and belief and encouragement and support, I have a choice to do that or give energy that is debilitating and life-taking and energy-sucking and minimizing. If I have a choice, if I'm not choosing the positive energy, I've got some massive inner work to do. Because if I know that my energy is going to be contagious and transfer on to that next person, I want to make sure I'm always in a place where I'm in charge of that energy and what that looks like. Because here's a promise I've made to myself. No one is ever going to leave me feeling or leave me with less energy than they came to me with. I'm always going to give. No one is going to leave me feeling depleted. They're going to leave me feeling charged. They're going to leave me feeling motivated and leave me feeling inspired. And believe me, that is not always easy to do, especially in challenging conversations, especially in trying moments, especially during confrontation, especially when you're around that one person who it's just really hard to be around them. You know, we all have those people, but we are not called to discriminate who we love and show up for. We love and we show up for and we give great energy to every single person around us because it can be life-changing. It can be transforming. Whether, you know, you're seeing someone on the street and you smile at them, that's the first time they've been smiled, or maybe it's the first time they've been acknowledged by another human being. We were actually today, my son went to exchange his dirt bike helmet. Yes, my 13-year-old has a dirt bike. No, I am not excited about it. Yes, I've made him watch every safety video I can find because that boy is a natural born gearhead, need for speed kind of kid. But we were exchanging his helmet today. And there were some homeless people near the building where we were doing this. And, you know, I look up and I wave and I say hello and I nod my head and I acknowledge. And my little sister today, actually, she says, "Why do you always say hi to them?" And I said, well, why wouldn't I say hi to them? Why wouldn't I share a warm smile? Why wouldn't I acknowledge their presence? Why wouldn't I take the opportunity to make anyone feel a little more human? I'm going to ask that same question of you. Why wouldn't you choose to transfer positive energy if you have the opportunity to do so? Fact number 3. This is a big one. You have the ability to increase your energy level at any time. This is actually my favorite. And it's probably because of the ways I like to do it. But energy is a choice. That choice is reflected in your attitude. It's reflected in your mindset and ultimately your actions. You can easily increase your energy through prayer, meditation, stillness, dancing or singing your heart out to the one jam from high school that still to this day takes you back. You are in charge of that. You have the ability to increase it at any time. So what does that mean? That means that you're responsible for the intake. You can't expect that everybody else is going to listen to this podcast and have an understanding of energy and energy transfer and willingly choose to develop an acute awareness of their energy and leverage that for the good of their purpose and their vision in their life. You can't expect other people to do that. You can't hope that other people are going to give you the energy that you need. You got to get that yourself. You've got to provide the intake there. And there's ways that we can do that. We can listen to inspirational and motivational podcasts. That always energizes me. You can dance, you can sing, you can work out. That also energizes me. Unless it's cardio, then it doesn't energize me. It takes away my breath and it makes me need to sit down. And that is not the kind of energy I want to transfer. Like, hey, come sit down. And so your intake really matters. And I want you to think about that. So what this really means, if your intake matters, if your intake can completely change, right? So you have something that happens. It's not an ideal day. Something goes down. Somebody says something takes place and it throws you off. Like you decided, I'm going to be bringing an energy level 8 today, which means I'm going to be attentive. I'm going to stand tall. I'm going to give my full attention to people when they're talking to me. I'm going to smile first. I'm going to wave. I'm going to hug a little longer. I'm going to do all of these things. That's how I'm going to show up with my energy at an 8. I'm going to be the first one to celebrate and encourage somebody. I'm going to be the first one to breathe life into another human today. That's the level I'm bringing. And if you know that's the level that you're bringing, but something happens and it derails you, then you have to stop, recognize that this is actually taking place, and then you have to go increase your energy in that moment. Sometimes it's as simple as stepping away. Sometimes it's getting a moment. Every mom on the planet, you guys know you can relate to me when I say this. It's that 10 minutes in the car in the driveway before you walk in the house. It's that extra 5 minutes in the shower. It's that hiding away in your closet for a hot second. For me, it's that bowl of cereal after all the kids have gone to bed so that nobody asks me for a bite. And I re-energize myself even in the late evening hours to do whatever it is that I need to do. We get to increase our energy at any time. And that is a big deal. We also get choice there. It's so funny that I talk about this part about that song from high school. So I was on my way home from an appointment this afternoon and I had a raging headache, just an awful headache. And I don't know about you guys, but when I get a headache, it definitely can tamper with my energy levels because it's hard to want to do good when you don't feel good, right? It's hard to put out a good level of energy when you're just not feeling yourself. And we're in the car and my sister notices me kind of rubbing my head and kind of like slumped down, not my usual perky self. And she's like, what's the matter? I was like, I have a really bad headache. I just don't feel good. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like, yeah. And then on the radio or whatever playlist was playing, straight up, Ja Rule, Living It Up came on. I don't think I've even heard that song since my junior year of high school. And I suddenly started doing like the window washer dance move in my car. I mean, it instantly changed my energy. I was like, I haven't heard this song in forever. I would be crazy not to jam out to it because I was too scared in high school probably to like dance to this song. But that happened and I instantly felt better. Was my headache still there? Yeah, but I could manage it a lot better because my energy was higher. And I felt a lot better because my energy was elevated. And so understanding that you have the ability to increase your energy at any time is really, really important. And fact number 4, your energy matters. When it comes to business, when it comes to success, when it comes to life, and it comes to leadership, people are more inclined. Bottom line, they're more inclined to follow leaders who are positive and optimistic. You know, nobody ever says, oh, we're going to give Joe the leadership award because he is the most pessimistic, negative complainer in the whole office. Like nobody does that. Leaders are awarded for that positive energy, for that optimism, for the gratitude, for that, you know, forward thinking, hopping over speed bumps kind of mindset. They follow leaders who give to those around them, not take from them. And I want you to think about this in personal circumstances and situations where you've been around leadership that took from you, that made you feel small, that didn't acknowledge and or celebrate or breathe life. They were debilitating. They were minimizing. They made you feel less than important. Those are not leaders who give to those around them. Those are leaders who take from those around them. And those types of leaders aren't in leadership roles for very long. People follow leaders who bring the energy. The energy of the leader 100% dictates the energy of the team. Just like you as a parent dictate the energy of your household, just like you as a friend dictate the energy in the relationship, just like you as a human walking down the street dictate the energy exchange that's going to happen between you and a complete stranger. You don't believe me? Think about one leader you worked for, or maybe you currently do. Probably don't send them this episode because then they're going to know that you're calling them out here. And think about how their energy makes you feel. Think about the energy they bring. If their energy isn't motivating and captivating, it's debilitating. And this goes for you too. If your energy isn't motivating, captivating, then it's debilitating. And that's why choosing the energy you carry in each moment matters. That's why thinking about how you're naturally going to transfer your energy onto others matters. This is why it's important to take note of where your energy constantly is and elevating it or increasing it when you need to. I want you to start to really think about your energy and develop a high level of awareness. I want you to choose the energy you carry and the energy you give. I want you to think about ways you can show up and bring the energy to the environment, to the room, to your home. It can be as simple as being the one who smiles first, the one who reaches out to support first, the one who listens attentively, the one who hugs a little bit longer, the one who shows up to celebrate and encourage on social media instead of tear down and belittle. It doesn't take much. And now I want to make sure that I clarify that this does not mean that you are not going to experience emotions that impact your mood and therefore your energy, but you are certainly in charge of how long that happens. Think about the fact that you only get so much energy to give to the day. Are you really going to waste it on the little meaningless moments? If it's not going to matter in 5 years, don't give it 5 minutes. If you have fallen off your energy track, you set your level, I'm going to be level 8 today. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be level 7 today. I'm just, that's just what I can do, right? Whatever that looks like for you, that decision, if you get knocked off of that, if you get derailed from that, you get to decide how long you stay there. You got to let it roll off your back. You have to realize that you can either allow that to take you and your dreams and your goals and your aspirations prisoner, that silly little moment, or not. And I know that sounds dramatic, but it's totally true, because when your energy isn't there, your mood isn't there. And when your mood isn't there, the actions aren't there. And when the actions aren't there, you're not getting anywhere. Period. Point blank. End of story. So are you going to waste it on those little meaningless moments, or are you going to harness it? And instead of wasting it, invest it in the people, and in the things that matter in your life. If your energy truly is a precious commodity, as we've talked about, you've got to treat it as such. Remember that growth here on the Brewing Success podcast, guys, is the mission. Change is the reward and progress is the goal. Thank you for being here with me. I challenge you to become a master and a mover with your energy. If this episode shifted your mindset, please let me know by leaving a review below. Share with a few friends or teenies who need this little reminder. And if you want to get connected on a more personal level, let's connect on IG, and be sure to subscribe to my weekly Live Inspired email on my website, which is leadlikeandreagebhardt.com.